Okay, today I want to do a video on, I guess, what happens when you updose, as opposed to, I guess, a more traditional sort of packing method. Now, I've been, I guess, normally updosing since I've had this machine to get my flow right. And it gives a good body to the coffee, but lately I've been trying a finer grind, less pressure on the pack and less in the basket, and I guess more of a sort of a standard pack, if you like. And what I noticed and what I'm hoping to show you is that when you do it that way, on the pressure gauge here on the machine, I noticed that the pressure was falling as it was pouring, where if I updose and pack it harder, it's a more constant pressure. Personally, I prefer the flavour and the body that I get out when I pack it and updose it in that way. But I'm hoping to just show you in that gauge there what happens. Okay, now I've ground this on as fine as I can get it. I've packed it fairly lightly, not just a little tap, but it's packed properly, as if as they would do, I guess, in a cafe. And I'll set it going, and you can just watch the gauge and see what it does. Goes up. You can see that's a pretty good pour, and you'll notice that it starts to fall. There it goes now. Throughout pour, falls, and that's probably about it. That wasn't as drastic as some of the other ones I've seen, but now that's probably going to be a very good coffee, and I'll just let that settle a bit, and then we'll do one where it's packed hard, really updosed a lot, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, now this time I've backed the grinder off three points. I've packed it really hard and I've updosed it. So we'll just see what happens this time. Watch the gauge again. See how this goes. You can see that gauge is actually rising a little bit there. Back off a little bit, but basically it stays at the same point the whole time, and I'll just cut that off there. So you can notice there that it didn't really move that far. It started and stopped at basically the same point, which means it maintains a constant pressure all the way through the pour. And to me, the flavour of that coffee is a lot better, and I think it is the consistency of the pressure through the coffee rather than that falling pressure, and also the fact there's more coffee in there. That has so much more body and so much more flavour. I mean, I can understand why in cafes they don't updose and don't pack hard, because it's more money, they use more coffee. But if you're at home, I'd give it a go, because I think the results, well, you'll notice it, you'll be able to tell. It's a lot nicer, a lot more body, a lot more aroma, a lot better coffee. So I'd give it a go if I were you and just try it out. It's all your own taste. It's all your own opinion, as with all things in coffee. But I like it, and I think that the reason for it's so good is because of that consistency in the flow and the pressure in the coffee as it goes through. Give it a go. See what you think. See you later.